did like interviews of people and set up the stage and the like, what equipment did you use? Did you buy like professional cameras and lights and microphones? Like, what did you do there?
So yes, we could have gone many different ways with this, but the director of media already owned a media company in Utah, so he brought equipment and asked for other equipment that he wanted. So I think we had a very high quality microphone that came with its own little battery, and you just put it on your back. It was like, I think it's like $200, but we only have 2 of those, and they're good. Makes a big difference. Like if you don't feel that sort of like strong sound, clean and perfect, it would not be good, you know?
Yeah.
So that was one. We had 2 cameras. Sadly, both of those cameras were different style. One was for photography, but it could do videography. But one was 4K for cinematic videography. So I had arguments a lot throughout the whole process when we were editing the cuts because they didn't look the same. So like, for instance, if I do a screenshot of us, which I'm going to do right now, I have a warm tone to my camera. You have a green tone to your camera right there. Maybe it's the weather, whatever. The point being is that it looked horrible to me. And like every time you would do the change, even if like I'm interviewing Jeremiah and one camera is facing at me, the other one's facing at him, it would look like we weren't at the same place in the same time. So it was like, oh, that just... So I actually argue a lot with Edwin on that one. Like he quit through the process of making that film, by the way, like 2 times. He was like, I quit, I'm done with this. He was like, you don't do this to me. This is way too short time. I'm frustrated. Cameras should have been the same. We don't have 2 cameras that are the same. So that's that. So we had microphone, 2 cameras, and like the photographic camera we used for a lot of the photos anyway, because that was there. We also used a GoPro. There's like little GoPro footage, very little, because sometimes you don't know what you're gonna really use. You get a lot of different things, and that wasn't bad, because the trick to be able to blend it was that he created a filter, and I don't know if you would see that in the video. It looks like kind of like water splashed into the picture, and it just blends, and then another piece of water blends in. It was interesting. So that helped make it all like, okay, so we haven't, so we, and that's another item. So being able to blend it in with some sort of filter would be great, or something. If you have, because for instance, for this, you didn't plan, or they didn't know that they needed to take X amount of footage. So it may come from all kinds of things and all kinds of phones and cell phones or whatever. So how do you blend it all in? So that's important.
Right.
Also, really important, believe it or not, a background sound. That should, I don't know what you're gonna use this video for, but it has to be for the AI challenge. Everything should have been owned by us. It wasn't like some song from some weird random person that we're just gonna, like without permission use. So we had to make the sound. And now there are a lot of apps that do that for you. There's AI apps for free. You literally just pick 2 tones, 3 tones. It's insane how it works. It really is cool. I should probably make a video on that. But we have a little keyboard, and the keyboard is linked to the computer. So you do tune, 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 or whatever, tune, 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 and then tune, 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 and then you click on another thing. It could be like sad, or it has different themes to it, and it's like like funny or happy, and then it puts it right in some violin or whatever, and it just now something pop, and he just creates the whole thing, and he auto repeats. So that was cool. We also do have a person that makes audio for us. It's expensive. Like, he's a professional musician. He literally goes to his studio, and I said, well, here's how I'm feeling about this. This is what I'm thinking it should be about. He would just literally go and send me 3 or 4 samples of what that looks like. It's really cool because it's your own sound, So yeah. So he's a really talented guy. But that's that. So we went over the microphone, the camera blending, and the different cameras. It all depends. Cause with one camera you probably could do it, but people like different angles. Like you can't, you know, the attention span of everybody right now, it's so short. If they don't see different angles to something or changes of camera, they will be.
It gets boring.
They will get lost.
Yeah.
Even though it's a 3-minute video on this one. So what else? So we got the editing part, right? Like we use he uses Final Cut, which is Apple based application. I struggle making some edits to it because he went away right when we were submitting, and I heard some noise problem when I was listening to it, and I was like, I knew what happened. So then there is layers, like different layers, right? So I don't know how familiar you are with making videos and those apps, but literally it's like, you know, you have a video right here, and that's the video footage, and the associated audio footage comes in here.
Okay.
We replace that one with our microphone audio footage. They have to match, by the way. That's another thing. You have to have a clap, the little cut thing. That's important. People don't know how critical. It has two functions. One is to be able to match everything perfectly, right when it needs to be, because you do not want to hear somebody's voice and their mouth not matching. You don't want that. So, but the other is those claps come with it helps to divide videos too, because that's video 1, that's video 2, that's it. But it also has a white, it's black and white for a reason, so that you can color tone the video towards the perfect white or the perfect black. It will blend everything in. So that's really cool. I didn't know it helps blend that white.
Yeah.
So then we didn't have that, but we got it afterwards. So throughout the process. Another thing that I wish I had on this one is can I take this real quick? Is that okay?
Yes.